Hey, what's up guys? I'm really excited about today's video because in this video I'm going to show you a technique by which you can convert any t-shirt design or any other graphic into an ugly Christmas sweater style design, and I'm going to use Affinity Photo for this purpose. Now you may ask why I'm not using Affinity Designer and Affinity Photo, and the reason is simply that there are some tools and some features that are only available in Affinity Photo and not in Affinity Designer. So that's the reason to use Affinity Photo. But these ugly Christmas sweater style designs are going to be the perfect looking ugly Christmas sweater style design, or perfect looking weaving look style patterns in it. They are not going to be half clipped or half colors or other type of kind of like irregularities in it. And by the end of the video you will know that why I'm calling them perfect looking designs. So guys, without any further delay, let's get started. So guys, here inside Affinity Photo I have already opened up an image or a t-shirt design, and this is a PNG image and just a flat simple one layer image. It's not multi-layer or a vector graphic, and the reason of choosing it as a simple flat image is because this technique works best on rasterized image, not vector graphics. So if you have any kind of vector graphic or vector t-shirt design, you need to first export them as PNG images ideally. Okay, now I have two files open here. This one is the design file and the other one is just simple pattern file. So if I just zoom in, just to fit the size, this is the simple pattern design that we are going to use to create those weave styles or woven style look. Okay, after opening up this design, the first step is just to copy it so we do not accidentally mess with the original one. So the original one here, that is already logged, so I'm just going to hide it for the moment and we are going to work on the copied version. The first step is to make them look pixelated, and for that we are going to go to the filters, choose this option distort, and then this filter pixelate. Now in this pixelate you have this slider called quantization. It simply means that how many pixels you want your designs to be distorted. Now one thing that you need to remember here, let me just cancel it for the moment. This pattern that I have created is actually in 50 pixels, so 50 by 50 pixels, and that is something that you need to keep it in mind. Okay, let's go back to the design, go back to the filter, distort and pixelate. So in this slider we can put a number here. So you do not want to put a number more than 50 because the pattern, the design that I have created was in a 50 pixels. So you want to put something less than 50, but towards the end of the video I'll also show you how you can create your own this kind of pattern, this kind of design, and you can create it in 100 by 100 pixels or any size that you want. But I have found myself to be working in 50 pixels and less than that because the designs look much better if we use it in this size range. Okay, so for this design I want it to be, let's say I want it to be 20 pixels, 20 pixels pixelation, and I'll just simply apply it. Now it has converted it into a pixelated graphic, but if I zoom in you can see that there are certain semi-transparent squares here. This is something that we do not want. So I'm going to select this move tool, select that layer that I have, on which I have applied this filter. So I'm just going to copy it a couple of times, but not just simple copies. I'm going to use this option, layer merge visible, and if you just remember this shortcut, control alt shift E, it will make your life a little bit easier. So I'm just going to choose this option a couple of times, merge visible, and I'm just going to use that shortcut, so shift control alt and E, and a couple of times until I just see that these pixels, semi-transparent pixels, are perfectly filled. So this one is a little bit semi-transparent, so I'm just going to press the same shortcut a couple of times to make it perfect looking solid color. And you might get a lot of layers here, but in my experience you do not get more than 10 layers or something. Even if you get it, you can remove those semi-transparent pixels at the end. So I'm going to select all of these layers that are visible, not the original one, all of the ones that are visible, the one that have this tick mark, and I'm going to go to the layer and choose this option merge selected. It will just simply merge all of these layers together into one layer, and now it's time for that magic. So I'm going to go to this knit pattern that I have. Remember, it was 50 by 50, but the pixelation that we applied on our image is actually 20 pixelation, so I need to convert this one into 20 by 20. So I'll go to the document, resize document, and choose 20 here. Make sure that you have this lock ticked. It shouldn't be unlocked, it should be locked, and then resize it. Then I'm going to press Ctrl C to copy it, go to our image, and simply press Ctrl V. It has pasted it at this corner. That's fine, we do not want it any on any specific location. That's fine. And then after selected, keeping this layer, this design or this pattern layer selected, I can go to the layer and I will just select this option, new pattern layer from selection, and it has created a pattern using this single design that we have. So I'm just going to hide the original one and I'll select this pattern one, which is already selected by the way, and I'm going to zoom in. Now what I'm looking for is that I do not want this single design design thing to be cut in half by the colors of the design. So currently you can see here it is actually cut in half. We do not want that. So I'm going to go to the move tool, make sure it is selected, make sure the pattern layer is selected, and then I'm going to press arrow keys a couple of times, right, left arrow, depending upon your design and how you need to adjust it. So I'll just simply press the right arrow keys a couple of times until I get it perfectly inside our design. So not like that, not even like that, just simply perfect. And if I need to adjust it vertical position, I can simply press vertical arrows as well. So yeah, now it's looking perfect, and that's all we needed. And if you need to make sure, you can select this single square. If you find in your design, you can see that it is perfectly fitting inside that. Let me just zoom out a bit, and now I'm going to press Ctrl key and then simply click on this pattern layer. It has selected those designs. I'm going to hide this pattern layer and I'm going to go to that pixelated layer that I have created on this one, and then I'm going to simply press Ctrl J like that, hide the background one that we had originally had. So I'll just simply hide it and then press Ctrl D to deselect everything, and now you have your perfect looking Christmas sweater style design. But we are not finished here yet. There are a few more steps, and the first step is just to show you on a simple background. So I'm going to go to the layer, new fill layer, and bring it behind it to just show you on a simple color background. Now I'm going to zoom in, and now you can see that the text that we had is actually perfect. We do not have our designs cut in half or half filled color. Everything is perfectly filled with the single color, no multiple colors or gradients in our design. So that is what I meant by creating perfect looking ugly Christmas sweater style designs. Now you might see that there is a lot of gap between these, the vertical gap between the two designs. So the easiest way to fix it, just go to the one that you had as checked on, the one with this design, and simply press Ctrl J and then move down a bit, maybe with the arrow keys 2 or 3 pixels. So I'll just press 2 or 3 times. I think that looks fine. Press J to copy it again, press 2 or 3 times again, as you see fit depending upon your design. And I think I like this much gap. This much gap is much, I think is perfect for this kind of design. And now your design looks a bit thicker, a lot better as compared to the original one. And then you can simply print it on your t-shirts. That is what this tutorial is actually meant for. So this is how you can get this perfect looking ugly Christmas sweater style designs. Now I can just simply select all these ones, all the layers that I have just copied now, and just to make the design a little bit thicker, I can go to the layer, choose this option merge selected, and it has given me a single layer to work on. And this is just simple perfect looking ugly Christmas sweater style design. Now you can see that I have chosen to work on 20 pixels. It totally depends upon you on which pixel size or pixelation size you want to work in. The original design was original pattern, this one was in 50 pixels, and I have made it in a larger size just to make sure that I do not have to enlarge it. I only can, if I make it smaller it works great, but if I enlarge it it might get weird. So guys, this was the example of creating this pixel design on this simple text based design. This is the original design. Let me show you. So this was the original design, and this is the ugly Christmas style design. So this was mainly, you can see that, heavy in the text. It was not heavy in the graphics. It was just simple plain two colors, and you can also use it on other type of graphics or another kind of heavy graphic things. And in the next example I'm going to show you that. So in this example I have this t-shirt design which is pretty heavy in graphics. There are certain gradients as well, and are a lot of small details as well on this design, and this method works on this one as well. So I'll go to the same steps. I'll repeat the same steps. I'll simply press Ctrl J to copy it, hide the original one. So you see there are small details here as well. So whenever you have small details you should work on smaller pixel size. So let me just go to the filter and distort and pixelate. So you should work on smaller pixel size, and as it is a t-shirt design, so ideally I would like to work it between 20 to 25. So I'll just press 20 again here, and it has just pixelated it. Then we need to make sure that we do not have any kind of semi-transparent or semi-transparent pixels like that. So I'll just press Ctrl Alt Shift E a couple of times to make sure that those semi-transparent and pixels are perfectly filled, and even if something is missed you can simply erase it at the later stages. And then I'm going to select all of the visible layers, go to the layer, choose this option merge selected. It has merged everything into a single layer. Then I can go to that pattern design that we created. Remember that we had resized it. So if I go to the history you can see that we changed this pattern size, and if you go to the document, resize document, you can see that now it is 20 by 20. Originally it was 50 by 50, but we just decided for the previous example. So I'm just going to copy it without resizing it and then paste it in our new layer like that. The next step is to go to the layer and choose this option new pattern layer from selection. It has created the pattern layer. Then we zoom in a lot to make sure that our design, this thing is covering this square, every square perfectly. So currently it is in half, and I need to just move them on slightly little right. So I'll just press right arrow key a couple of times to make sure that it is covering this one perfectly like that. Then zoom out, and then simply press Ctrl key and then click on this pattern layer like that. It has selected that pattern, and I'm just going to hide this pattern and go to this pixelated layer that we had created, and then simply press Ctrl J. After that we can hide this bottom one like that, and then press Ctrl D to deselect everything. Now our design is created. We can simply view it on a just a simple plain color background. So I'll go to the layers, choose this option new fill layer, and let's say just fill it with black and bring it behind everything like that. And then I'm going to just zoom in and show you that we had created this perfect looking ugly Christmas sweater style design. Now you can see that those small details vanished, and that is something that happens when you are creating this kind of designs. But still, on the overall you get this pretty good looking design, the perfect looking text and the perfect looking shapes. Now again you can see that we have a lot of gap vertically between the two design elements. We can simply go to that pixelated actually design layer that on which we have, and then simply press Ctrl J to copy it, move it down a bit like 2 or 3 pixels. So pressing the down arrow key 3 times, 4 times, 2 times depending upon your design, and press Ctrl J again, copy it like that. And I think I'd like the previous example like that better. So now you can see that we have this perfect looking ugly Christmas sweater style design that is perfect to be printed on t-shirt. So the text, you can see that our graphic was pretty heavy in details and colors, but still we have managed to create a perfect looking ugly Christmas sweater style design. Even the red text and the white outline here is looking good. Let me just show you this thing on another example here. Now this one is not a t-shirt design, it's pretty small. So if I go to the document size and show you the size here, it's pretty small, but still we can convert it into an ugly Christmas sweater style design. So I'll repeat the same steps quickly just to show you how easy it is. So I'll just press Ctrl J, copy it, hide the original one, go to the filters, go to distort, apply pixelate. This time, as the file is a little bit smaller, actually a lot smaller than a t-shirt design, so I'm just going to press 10 here instead of 20. So it has just pixelated it. Then I'm going to zoom in and press Ctrl Shift Alt E a couple of times to make sure that we do not have semi-transparent pixels here. And then I'm going to select all of the visible layers, go to the layer, choose this option merge selected, and then I'm going to go into this pattern file, the one that I've created. By the way, I'll just provide it as a freebie, and if you do not want to get this freebie, you need to join my Facebook group to get this freebie. But if you do not want to join the Facebook group, I'll show you towards the end of the video how you can create your own. So I'll just go to the document and make sure that size is according to the pixelation that we created. So currently it is 20, we do not want it, we want it to be 10. So I'll just resize it, press Ctrl C to copy it, go to our design, press Ctrl V to paste it, and then go to the layer, choose this option new pattern layer from selection. It has created a pattern, hide the original pattern in one single file, and then just zoom in and make sure that it is filling our squares perfectly. So currently I need to fix it a little bit, so vertically as well. So I'll press down arrow key and then the horizontal arrow key a couple of times to make sure that it is filling that area perfectly. And then I'm just simply press Ctrl and click on it to select it, hide it, go to the pixelated layer, press Ctrl J to copy it, hide the background one, and press Ctrl D to deselect it. And now we have our pixelated, actually the ugly Christmas sweater design ready. So let me just put the black background behind it and show you this result. So if I zoom in, you can see that we have a perfect looking t-shirt, actually not the t-shirt, perfect looking ugly Christmas sweater style graphic. And I can simply press Ctrl J a couple of times, move it down a bit, and make it a little bit thicker like that. And this is ready to be used for anything that you want. Okay guys, now if you do not want to download this freebie and want to create your own, this is how you can simply create it. So I'll just close it without saving it. I'll go to the file, new, and I'll choose a simple pixel size that I want, 50 by 50, 100 by 100, whatever size that you want. So I'm just going to work in 50 by 50, make sure the DPI is 100. Simply press create, and then you can use this pen tool here. It should be right around here. So currently it is node tool was showing because I was previously working on it, but it will be inside it. So you can use the pen tool and make sure that you click on this corner and create something like that, and make sure that you are at the center. So whenever you are at the center, you will have this green line appear as a guideline. So you can simply click here and make a shape like that or a line like that, then press Alt key to convert this point, like that, and then simply close it at this location like that. Then you can go into this pen tool and choose this node tool and adjust your shape according to your likeness, depending on what kind of thickness you want for your design. That totally depends upon you. So I might want something like that, a little bit thicker like that as well. And then I can simply choose this fill option and fill it with black color. And then I can simply press Ctrl J to copy it, right click, go to this transform option and flip it horizontally, and then move it on the other edge, and make sure that you touch this other side here. So once you touch it, you will see slight highlight or green vertical line appear, guideline appear. So that's how you can create this pattern, and then simply you can press Ctrl Alt Shift E to create a copied version of merged all of these together. So this is something that you can easily create and then save it as a PNG image, and then use it for your later on whenever you need it. So guys, that's how you can easily create these ugly Christmas sweater style designs inside Affinity Photo. Actually not the created, but you can convert any design or any t-shirt design, or even the patterns, you can convert them into an ugly Christmas sweater style design. And hopefully this has been easy for you to understand. And if I have been too fast and if something is still confusing to you, you can ask me in the comments below. And by the way, I'm not getting paid by Affinity to use these software, so this content is not sponsored. Actually, this content is not monetized by YouTube as well, as you can see here on the screenshot. And if you want to appreciate this effort, and if you want to appreciate me, and just to encourage me to create more content like that, you can simply like this video and you can comment on this video as well. It will just help me with the YouTube algorithm by just increasing the engagement and all that thing. So guys, that's all I wanted to say here towards the end of the video. And hopefully I'll see you in the next video, and thank you for watching.